rains have arrived as we are inside a soggy Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Green Bay Packers and the Carolina Panthers.
Set to kick off.
One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
McCaffrey, the ball carrier.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. McCaffrey. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Back to throw. LeBlanc. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big 3rd down play there for the Panthers. 42 yards.
4-yard line.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Joey Sly on now for the Panthers.
They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
18-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 18.
He's back to throw here to start the drive.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. That catch good for only a couple.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Well done to sniff that out defensively.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Out. 4th down.
On now is the Packers punter. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. On the return, here's Agnew. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
39-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Nowhere to go that time.
Number 22.
He maybe got a yard up to the 40. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 60 yards. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Open man is Jacob Hollister. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jacob Hollister, 67 yards. And the Packers are back within a score. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good.
10, Packers 7.
And McGinnis with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Operating from the gun, LeBlanc. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To throw is Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Rodgers going to throw. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
1st down, Packers.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And his throw here is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Ball carrier.
A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Now Jones. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
2nd down and goal. Rodgers toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free, and there's another example, another incompletion.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. That's going to set them back 5 yards. How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here. 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
6 yards.
Oh, my, that's a heck of a tackle right there on 3rd down because they had to swing it out to the back and hope that he could make a play. But let's face it, in order for him to be there and be in that position, in order to make that play, he had to read his keys and not be fooled. Excellent job in the open field.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Agnew on the return. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to slip through. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's 4th down.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
The ball carrier.
We talk about setting a tone or beginning a drive. That run was absolutely textbook. I'm telling you, partner, now they're not just thinking about an easy drive. They're thinking about maybe taking it downfield.
Yeah, started at their 2. Now they've got a heavy amount of breathing room. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. This is Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches have given, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Agnew now to return. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing on first down. LeBlanc, sideline throw, that's caught by Moore. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 39-yard line. It's a gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the gun, LeBlanc. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina! Curtis Samuel in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers have taken the lead. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the problem.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will be out of bounds as time has run out on this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22.
The Packers take over first and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
And a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. To throw again on second down. Rodgers. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Troy Pride. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Jones. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
On the carry.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And this will be a Packers first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Jackson.
To throw again, Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Dante Jackson picks it, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Intercepted. The Panthers take over first and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 24 yards.
First down and goal to go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Zadarius Smith gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
6-yard line.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
On first down, it's Jones. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 49-yard line.
Now Rodgers. They go screen with Dillon. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to have a Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
First down, Packers.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jones. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
On first down, Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Incomplete on the deep ball. He was covered by Dante Jackson.
Second and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and try to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. After the penalty, it's Jones. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on third down.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Third and long, it's Rodgers. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Oh, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
The 37-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Anderson. A gain of 3, 2nd down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jenkins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Yards to go.
The Packers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun. Rodgers. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Rodgers.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Jenkins. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Woo! Yeah! Touchdown, Carolina! Christian McCaffrey. He scored on the ground and through the air. And thanks to the interception, the Panthers offense cashes in with 6.
For the point after.
There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need to rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And my goodness, another interception. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They give Gave him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Smith on the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now,
he's got it at the 15. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 61 yards. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class is starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And this will be a Packers 1st down as the tackle made at about the 38. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6.
Rodgers now to throw.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
4 yards on the.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now Jones. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11.
Smith catches left side. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
The ball carrier.
Aaron Jones, 26 yards. And the Packers get a score closer. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the 1st. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Jenkins. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Ian Thomas there to make the grab. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's caught by Hollister. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
The Panthers season will press on as we say so long, everybody. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.